Righto team, welcome to a test ride of Royal Enfield's new little Scram 411. I think it's a rather handsome looking little bike, to be honest. It was just dropped off to me today thanks to the publisher of Kiwi Rider magazine, kiwirider.co.nz. And yeah, I've got it for a few days to play with and see how I like it. So let's start off with the basics. It's based off Royal Enfield's Himalayan, has the same single cylinder engine, same basic chassis and fuel tank, different clocks, possibly different light itself, and a different front wheel. It's got a 19-inch front wheel instead of a 21. Looking at it, like I say, it's a lovely little bike. It's quite comfy. It's not as big as it looks like in the press photos. I've got to say, like the seat here, really easy to hop on, no dramas at all. You got your cockpit, which I need to adjust the handlebars. They've been rolled back a bit. I want them rolled forward. First impression on the levers. So there's a bit of a reach to them, which, yeah, not ideal. You got your clocks. This one's got the service light flashing for some reason. It's only done 1900 Ks. Beautiful big analog gauge. No tachometer as far as I can tell. Let's switch through Odo. Trip A, trip B. Cool. Nice little clock there. And yeah, it's a nice basic little bike. It's got a really tall first gear, but it's a really forgiving clutch as well. So it is quite a neat prospect. My younger brother's really keen on one of these, so I'm looking forward to telling him what I think. I've only ridden it for 2 kilometres. Just found a nice, beautiful spot out here. To pretend I'm in the English countryside instead of in Cambridge, New Zealand. So we will jump on board and we'll do some riding impressions. But aesthetics, scrambler aesthetics, for a bop around the city, play on gravel roads bike, I think Royal Enfield's nailed it. Right, nice, or vaguely nice pictures taken. And my, as close to a country lane as I'm going to get, I think, location. So, let's go. So it's a nice little, got a bit of pep to it. Nice torquey engine. Thinks it's got a full tank of gas now though, which is mildly concerning. It only had, well, it had 3/4 before, so we'll see how that goes. So, 5-speed gearbox, which is taking me a bit of getting used to. But shifts nicely clutchlessly if you need to. And then you've got this rather long reach to the brake lever and clutch lever, which if I was buying this bike I'd probably swap those out. I'm sure there's an Enfield accessory. The clocks are really nice. So like I said before, nice big analog with the inbuilt LCD and a clock, literal clock, so you can tell what time it is. And yeah, the bike just chugs along nicely. You can read everything nice and easy. Comfort's good. The seat, you're sort of nestled in it. And yeah, it's a nice rider triangle. I like how on the fuel tank it literally says F-U-E-L, fuel. In case you wanted to put something else in there, I guess. So yeah, this bike is targeted at more of a learner rider. But I've got no qualms with that, like horses for courses and everything. It's, yeah, a nice forgiving bike as far as I've ridden so far. Now I've not actually ridden the Himalayan that this is based on yet. I'd like to, but just stars haven't aligned yet. But from all things I heard, it's quite a nice little bike. Now obviously this has got about the same peak horsepower as my Honda Rally quoted it somewhere around 24, 25 crank horsepower. And you're definitely noticing it here now. We're doing 100 k's an hour, and well, it's happily doing it and slowly getting up to a higher speed, but it's not like it's charging along ready to get up there. Also, as far as I can tell, you can't switch the ABS off, but we'll have a play around a bit later and see if we can. Otherwise, you can always pull the fuse out. So, yeah, definitely I think I will bust out the tool set and rotate these bars forward a bit. Might even arch the levers down a bit, but that might make them even further away from me. Braking, nothing too special there. It brakes, that's all you can ask for. You're not the most feel in the clutch lever, but again, it's got a set of vibro brakes on it, as most Indian manufactured bikes do these days. Literally Indian Brembos. Brembo owns Vibray, from what I understand. So, yeah. Just feeling my legs here. They do feel like they're in a bit of a right angle. Like if we stand up on the pegs, yeah, it doesn't particularly lend itself as well as my Honda Rally does for standing up on the pegs for dirt roads and stuff. Can't really move. Like the further you move back on it, the wider it is. You've got those wide rear cowlings there. And yeah, you can't actually. If I'm putting my toes on the foot peg and standing up, I end up putting my right heel on the exhaust. So it kind of shows what this bike's for. It's not really meant for off-roading. It's got a archery. I would not trust myself with that. What was I saying? Yeah, it's not really designed for off-roading. Again, it's got a 19-inch front wheel. You can't switch the ABS off as far as I can tell. And yeah, the ergonomics don't quite suit it. But for back road blasting, commuting, bit of sit-down gravel work, I imagine it'll be fine. Yeah, fifth gear definitely feels like more of a cruising gear. Hums along quite nicely, this bike. I am feeling a bit of vibration through the foot pegs. Fourth gear, 90, 95 kilometers an hour. Going to fifth. Yeah, still a bit of vibration there. Basically nothing in the handlebar though, which is quite nice. The last thing you want as a learner is to sort of get off a bike and have that fuzzy hand feeling. But yeah, suspension's actually quite firm from what I was expecting. Trying to cast my mind back to the press intro of this, which was through COVID. You had to do it online and everything. And I'm pretty sure Royal Enfield weren't targeting this as an off-road bike. It's an urban scrambler. Definitely will happily do the more scrambly type stuff. But you're not going to go take this down the 42 Traverse, I don't think. Like, you could if you're a masochist, but you probably wouldn't have as much fun on a bike like this as you would, say, the Himalayan or a bike like my bike. In classic Enfield fashion, it's not a particularly quick bike, but it's torquey. Just thinking about those vibrations too, I'm getting nothing through the saddle, which is quite nice. Come on, little Enfield, you can do it. I believe in you. Alright, I might pull over here and just adjust the ergonomics a bit. I know there's a toolkit in here. Oh look, baby cows. Hello, calves. Yeah. Okay. Let's adjust for you guys. think I'm in a steering contest. You blinked! You blinked! Right. I've made some friends. Adjusted the handlebars to what's hopefully my liking. And we'll carry on. Surprisingly, there's a reasonably decent toolkit in this. Oh, helps to have the key. Right. Helps be in gear as well. See you, ladies. Alright. There we go. So it's sort of a bit more aggressive with the bars rolled forward. Got quite sort of prim and proper sitting up before. So this is going to feel a bit racier. But yeah, definitely would be changing out the levers or finding a set of adjustable levers for this. They're just, if you've got small hands, and I don't have particularly big hands, you might find it a challenge. Oh, I can have my mirrors pointing the correct way now that I've got the... Come on, mirrors, do what I want. Good enough. Oof, something stinks. It's a shame I don't have any farm friends nearby that I could use as a test bed for off-roading bikes like this. Like, looking just here, that'd be a bit slippery in the wet, but might make a good place to have a play. If you have a farm near Cambridge and would like to let me ride motorcycles on it for testing, please get in touch. Right. Come to one of my favourite little quiet spots. Got a few more pickies. And yeah, Scram 411, it is what it is really. It's nothing too exciting. I think it's going to be a great learner bike for some people. Nice and light. Feels nice and tough. I love this tail end section. It's a shame the indicator lights are quite so ugly. They're incandescent, but you got this nice LED brake light, which I think is quite nice. It's got a good bum, this bike. Tyres, they're the CEAT tyres. These were on the Continental GT I rode, but this brand, not these tyres. And yeah, it's nice. Looks like we've got some rubber inserts we can pop out. Yeah, unbolt those and have serrated pegs. But yeah, when I put my foot here, my heel wanted to hit the exhaust heat shield here. But yeah, I don't think this is really for stand-up adventure riding, being a scrambler. It's more a sit down, take it as it comes kind of bike, I think. Seats are lovely. I've only ridden it for a short period of time, but locks you in place nicely. You don't get any vibrations through there. These bits are interesting. I think they're literally there because on the Himalayan you've got some fairing bits here. It's got a sort of a cross brace which your horn and your oil cooler sort of bolt onto, and I think they literally put these on so they didn't have to do anything with that. A little bit of corrosion I've noticed. I'm not sure if you can see here on the oil cooler bolts, but again, this bike's pretty cheap. I'll put the price up on the screen, and it's really hard to complain when you've got a cheap bike, really. Nearly set the battery flat. That'll do, pig. May have stuffed that up. But yeah, so this sort of thing does quite nicely. Quite unintimidating. Putt-putts along. Nice torquey motor. Long stroke is how Royal Enfield does their motors. Low compression. Nothing to scare you. And with a little twist of throttle, you can kick the rear end loose. Alright, let's plod along here. There's a main freight truck. I think it's a fun little package. And that's what these Enfields are meant to be. They're meant to be fun. They're not meant to be overly exciting, intimidating or anything. They're just meant to be a really fun form of transportation, and I think that's exactly what this is. I'm looking forward to putting a bit more Ks on it. Hopefully I can squeeze in a good gravel ride. But so far, I like this little Enfield. I like most bikes I ride, and I think my brother will probably enjoy this too. Wouldn't be a bike particularly I think I'd buy. If I was buying an Enfield, I'd buy one of the 650 twins. Just because, yeah, I do a lot of highway riding and that, and I like to have that extra poke up the top end. Where that's where the Scrambler seems to struggle, is sort of that 100km/h plus speeds. Let's see if we can get it down to this spot and grab a photo on the pier. The last couple of times I've come down here, there's been people in dodgy looking vans. Oh, nice. I don't know if I'd be able to get the photo I want. Yeah, it's a shame can't turn the ABS off from what I can tell. Bit of fun though. Oh, there we go, that's a good test. The U-turn test. Let's give that a quick go. Oh, there we go. I've confused the ABS so much it's turned off. That's good. So, U-turn. That is a nice, tight U-turn circle. Great steering lock, as you can see. Perfect. That is a bonus when you're doing your test and whatnot. Oh, river's a wee bit higher than last time I was here. See if I can do this without passing off. There we go. Beautiful. This is one of my favourite shots when I've got the camera out. Oh, there's swans or birds. Don't know what the hell I was looking at over there. Alrighty, let's get the big lens out and get the pretty shot. Good fun little bike. Hey guys, thanks heaps for checking out this video on the On Throttle channel. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe. That goes a huge way for growing this channel and helping me provide more quality content for you.